So a yoga practice is encouraged to do at the very beginning of the day, to clear you out, to in-tune you, and ideally to do even before the sun comes up. So that's a recommendation. And what we're going to do here together today is incorporate the Vayu breaths into some of my favorite postures that I do pretty regularly. First, I want to talk about Chin Mudra that I brought into one of our audios. Chin Mudra is the thumb and index finger together and the other three fingers straight, hands resting on your knees. What Chin Mudra helps to promote is an opening in the bronchial area. As the hands correlate with the chakras and the elements in the body, you have earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Index finger, air, thumb, ether. Giving you a little bit of background on that. So nothing is really done just to do it. There's generally a reason. Seated position, half lotus, full lotus, or just comfortably seated. Now, you can do any of this if you're confined to a chair or if you aren't mobile. Just do what you can. We're going to do a breathing exercise called Kapalabhati, which means shining skull. It incorporates three of the Vayus. We have prana, which is downward moving breath, and apana, also downward moving breath, and it helps balance samana, which is the center, our circulation. We're going to do 100 of these together. It's one breath, and then rapid exhalations that really just act as a rebound without an inhalation that follows. This is how it goes. Nice breath in all the way into the belly. I'm going to interrupt it there to tell you that this breath is going out the nostrils. And you're incorporating this rebound, that we're going to call it a rebound of a breath versus an exhalation, with the belly. So it's the belly moves in. So I'm going to begin again. Join in. On your last response, then take a breath in, exhale fully, emptying all the air out from the root, and then you're going to pull the root chakra in. You're going to pull your solar plexus in and up, emptying out. The breath is out at this point, and then pull the chin down to the chest. That creates a vacuum, and it keeps the air out, so there is actually no movement going in or out. And at this point then, you close your eyes, and you be in the state of Kevala Kumbhaka, which is extended, it's like an extended relaxation here. And at this point is when you would integrate any pranayama that you have done. So don't miss that rest point. So stay still for a moment. noticing what you felt from the breathing technique. Now, in order to keep going, you can pause this at any time, but you can do another round of those. You can go up to 100 as a beginner with Kapalabhati. Okay, I'm going to warm my hands up. It's pretty chilly this morning. And the one thing I used to like to do before any kind of acting event in the evenings in New York was a few of us would get together and we would do what I would call face yoga. If you can relax your face, you can relax your whole body. And I'm going to just do some eye lifts and some eye circles and then warm the eye socket for a moment. So with eyes closed, just raise your brows. And you can do this several times. You can do a couple hundred. I'm going to do about 40. So your spine is straight, the crown of your head is lifted. Watch your breath, any chance you have, and then just let that go. From here, shrug your shoulders up and back. Incorporate it with your breathing, inhaling up, exhaling back. And the reverse, so you're going forward. Now shake the wrists out. Anytime during the day, especially if you're seated at a desk, about 21 times. Just flick the hands. So eye circles, up, going clockwise all the way around. Go the opposite direction. Come back to center. Then diagonal. Back to center. And the opposite. Nice breath in. Create some warmth in the palms, and then palm your eyes. This is just like that rest after the pranayama. Rest and integration is a big part of your yoga practice. I'm going to come up onto my knees. And a great exercise this time of the year is lion. And lion helps clean the palate. So you take your tongue and you place it all the way back at the throat. Inhale. And exhale and swipe the tongue and bring the tongue all the way out. Do that 3 times. Lion can be incorporated with a movement such as this, or even up on the knees. If you feel like you're coming down with something and you're just not feeling all that well, remember just to do the swiping of the tongue from the back all the way forward. Three times. Okay. I'm going to do a very, very basic cat-cow. So come up onto all fours. And inhale, arch back. And exhale, round. Arching the back. And exhale, round. Looking all the way up. Exhale, initiating it with your pelvis, pulling up. If you want to add something, on the exhale, bring a knee in, and then inhale, straight back. Knee in, straight back. Knee in. This is an inhale as you open. Change sides. Sit back. Hands can be forward or to your sides. Come up onto the knees, hands to the knees, eyes closed. Focus now is on your third eye, the space between your brows. And inhale, come up onto the knees, arms next to the ears, pulling the tailbone down, lifting back. You can arch slightly, keeping the focus on the third eye. Looking for the breath to be smooth and consistent. And come back down, hands to the knees. Keep the focus on the third eye. And we're going to bring that same experience to a standing pose. So come up. And starting to generate a little heat. So, feet about hip width apart. Now we did what we call Vyana Vayu, which was into the chest, the breath, and extending it out. So here we go, hands to Namaste. Pull your tailbone down, lift up in your center. Shrug the shoulders back, hands in Namaste. Inhale and open out and feel your breath extending outward beyond you. From the chest. Exhale the breath back. Inhale, open. Exhale back in. Open. And back in. Going to incorporate this with a forward bend. So on your inhale, open. And feel your feet firm on the ground. Feel the energy going through the fingertips. Lift your kneecaps so the legs are strong and centered. Jump or step the feet together. Fingertips together at your heart. And then inhale up. Arms next to the ears. Do a slight back bend here. Eyes closed with the focus between your brow, your third eye. And exhale, come forward. Coming forward, you're going to take a hold wherever you can, keeping your legs straight. So, ideally, if you can stand on your hands, you'll be doing that. Wherever you can be, chest is open and you're pulling so the stretch is in the back of the legs. Take a few breaths here, keeping your breath smooth and consistent, with a focus on the third eye. So no matter where you are in this bend, this is about legs straight, so you are bringing the breath into the back of the legs and stretching the back of the legs out. Coming out of it, we bring the arms next to the ears and inhale up, pushing down through the ground, and back. Hands come back to the chest. And then jump or step out. Great. One more standing posture. Tree pose. Right foot firm on the ground. The left foot comes up to the thigh. The left knee is going to act like a rudder or your root. So foot is on your thigh. Bring the hands to the chest. If you need a wall to balance on, use that. You just kind of hold the wall. Hands come to the chest. And inhale up. Once again, these arms are pulling in close to the ears. If you've done many trees and you want to incorporate closing your eyes, then you can try that out. Balance is about the breath and the point of focus. So you want to keep your gaze steady or keep the gaze inward. Exhale, hands to the chest. Let go of the left leg. Switch the feet. Left foot firm, rooted down. Right leg up. Hands to the chest and inhale up. You're pulling down with your tailbone as you're pulling up with your center. Arms next to the ears, lifting, lifting. The tree, rooted, balanced, life-giving, fruit-bearing. And coming out. Allow yourself to unfold. And then we're going to come back down. I'm going to sit in full lotus. Sit however is comfortable for you. Bring the hands to the chest. Inhale up. Seated mountain pose. Focus inward on your third eye. Come back to center. And we're going to bring the palms, left hand right below the belly, right hand on top, pushing in. Inhale and exhale over. And inhale, come back up. I want to give you one more posture that is not often practiced, but it is a really nice twist. It's called crocodile. So see if we can't get this in the video so you can see it. So I'm going to come onto my mat and I'm going to start out on my left hip, bringing both of my legs, one on top of the other, arms stretched out to the side. Since I'm on my left hip, I'm going to look to the right. Breathing. Then I'm going to come up with the knees, switch over. Both of my knees are going right. The left knee comes to the bottom of the right foot. And I'm going to look the opposite direction, left. Coming up, bringing the right leg up and over. Looking right, and then we'll meet the right leg with my left one and be perpendicular. And then do the opposite side. So I'm going to come up on right hips, looking left, come up, over to the left. Right knee down to the bottom of the left foot, looking right. Inhale, come up and over with the left leg. Shoulders are down on the floor. looking the opposite direction, finishing up with the legs perpendicular. Crocodile. Bring the knees into the chest. You can rock side to side. Come over onto the left or to the right, and then come up. Crocodile is very good in the prevention of MS, and it's not a widely done posture. It's great for the back. There's many, many, many more postures one can do. I wanted to give you a few of our vayu breaths incorporated into a yoga practice that doesn't take too terribly long. We're going to finish up with some ohms together and then sit in meditation. So inhaling into the mouth, bring the breath down the throat, exhaling. Allowing that breathing to be smooth and consistent. Then on the top of the next inhalation, holding the breath at the top of the throat. On the exhale, just like my cat just did if you heard her. I'm going to chant Om. I'm going to do that 9 times. Om.